Hey, what's up, fam? And welcome back again to Recap Kickback presents The Flavor of Love Season 2 live here on YouTube. It's me, your host, Chappell, and we are back again to talk about this iconic season of television, iconic franchise, iconic man, and some iconic women, and some iconic moments in reality TV history. And with me, my iconic co-host on this ride for the very first time, it's Chantele Francis. Chantele, welcome back.
Iconic? Who, me? Aw,
Yes.
thank you. Obviously, I'm realizing that this season's kind of coming to an end, and I'm a little bit sad about it, but I got slightly spoiled
Ooh.
because not about this season, but I saw that there's a season 3 episode 1 that exists. So
Yes.
if you ask me in a couple episodes whether I think there's going to be another season, I will have to say yes. I'm not going to lie to you. I did see that there's a season 3 episode 1.
Okay. Yeah, listen, that is fine. Going into season 1, I knew that I knew you probably had picked up that there was a season 2. But yeah, we saw that the end of season 1 left with people questioning, is this thing with Hoops and Flav going to work out? We knew season 2 was coming very quickly after, and so that did not have legs. But although there is a season 3, we do not know the premise of season 3. We do not know what got us to season 3, and so we still have a little intrigue as to okay, if there is a season 3, when does it happen and why? And so I'm not so upset about it. I do hate that you got spoiled even a little bit. Okay,
It's
here all of our
hard. It's because it's like I'm watching it on that YouTube channel, and then sometimes it just pops, like you just see the other ones like right next to it. You know what I mean? Like it's not just saying
yes,
yeah. So
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry. I've been
It's
doing
not
my
your fault.
best.
It's not your fault, even though you do pry sometimes for spoilers. Chantel messaged me and said, "Why didn't you tell me about the serenade?" And I said, "Because I can't spoil you, madam." She's not always on her best behavior, but I am appreciating everybody in the chat and the comments for not spoiling this show for us, because this is such a good watch, such a fun watch. And to add some context to season 3, season 2 aired in August, I believe, of 2006. Season 1 aired in January of 2006, so less than a year apart. Like we were already off to the races, onto our next thing. Now season 3 airs in February of 2008, so we are going to get a bit of a run before we get to Flavor of Love season 3. And also, Chantele, we have other shows to watch prior to getting to Flavor of Love season 3, because it is not the next show that we will be watching.
Okay, so it's not the next show in the universe. Interesting.
Yes, the
Very
universe is
interesting.
expanding in front of us. And so we will talk about what that looks like after we complete this season. But first, we do have to talk about the season we have in front of us. Chantele, we are down to our final 4 women in this episode. And with 4 girls left, it seems like Boots and Delicious are annoyed that New York is around. They also think that Crazy is being foolish by giving New York intel into all her weaknesses. And they say that Crazy is a dumb bitch who is dancing with the devil, and they will let New York handle her. Now, we talked about this last episode. New York is very transparent with the confessionals and the diary room or whatever about how she is using Crazy to manipulate her. I just feel like if I'm Crazy and I watch this back, my feelings might be a little hurt. Don't get me wrong. They're saying some mean things to each other, but I think she genuinely thinks she has a friend in New York, and that is just a flaw in her logic.
It is a flaw in her logic, but okay, I don't know what New York is like outside of the game. And so after the season is done, maybe New York will make a friend or two, or maybe she'll stay separate. But I think if she wants to have a friendship with Crazy, I think she'll be able to smooth things over. Just be like, we're playing a game for a man. Like, I just was doing everything I could to get him. Like, it's just for the show. Like, I mean, she might not care to make any excuses. But if she wants to smooth things over with Crazy, I think that she'll be able to do it. And if Crazy doesn't feel like accepting an apology or being friends with her after, I can totally get that as well. So whatever happens, I get it.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of these women do not want to have friendships with Tiffany New York Pollard. And one thing that caught me off guard is that, we're already to episode 8. We're at the final 4. But this season has 11 episodes. And so we still got a little bit more than we did to talk about in season 1. And so, because we're already to the paired off dating. I remember last season where we were like, talking about how Goldie in these moments was like really shining, but also it didn't quite mesh the way Flav wanted it to mesh. That moment where he left New York sobbing as he went off with Goldie. And I was like, wait, we're already there. Because this time around, Delicious and Crazy are doing an overnight trip on the high seas, also known as a little boat trip, I guess, like a little boat. And New York is disgusted. She is back to her old tricks. This is the New York that around this same time last season, Chantele, she started to crack a little bit.
Well, before we get to her cracking, I have to say I learned something from this
Ooh.
episode. So the LBC, and I was like, the LBC on a mission to find Mr. Warren G. I'm like, what's the LBC? Which is Long Beach, California, which I learned. And so I was like, oh my God, like it's just something I just knew the letters, but I never knew what it meant until this episode. So it really was a bit of a full circle moment for me. Yeah, is that fun?
Sometimes I forget that you're Canadian, and so that to me, that's just something I always knew. But I'm sure there's all the things about Canada that I don't know. So if we were talking about a Canadian show, you would have to do this to me every episode. Whereas you've made it this far and you've been pretty on point with a lot of the things that you did know. But yes, the LBC is almost New York's stomping grounds. We know she was in California when she was recruited for the show, basically, before she auditioned or whatever. I think she was shopping or something when they saw her. And so she's very familiar with the LBC, and she is not happy that these women will be getting to take this trip. And like I said, she's cracking a little bit. Last season, we saw her like, wait, so they're together? So they're just they're going somewhere, so it's them. And she's doing the same thing. She's like, why did he bring me here? I think we see her waiting. She's got to wait one more day. And we see her anger turns into tears. Didn't y'all go on a date yesterday? Like, I can show him around the LBC. So she wants to know what's up with Flav and why he wants to make her wait.
For the entertainment factor. Sorry, New York. Your reactions are gold. You came back for your reactions. He's not going to let you go. I think she can feel safe in knowing that he's not going to let her go. She's there for the long haul. He's probably going to break her heart again because it's more entertaining than her getting her man. And that's just the role that she's playing. That's what she signed up for coming in for season 2. So yeah, I know that she likes him, and she's probably like, why am I not getting more time, more attention? But she has to know deep down it's because she is more entertaining when she doesn't get the guy.
Well, it's funny because Delicious does see New York in turmoil, and she does for some reason address her. She goes, "Are you okay?" And New York's like, "No, I'm not okay. Y'all are talking about me having an advantage in this game because if I was going to eliminate me, if he was going to eliminate me, why would he bring me here? But he could also be eliminated, bringing me here to open up the same wound. It's starting to feel like I am being brought here, getting led to the slaughter, and I don't like it. Delicious wants to be sure that New York isn't directing her anxiety about the situation to her, but New York will not apologize for her reactions because she says she needs time with him. And now Delicious is starting to feel like maybe New York thinks it's Delicious that's her number one threat and not Crazy anymore.
Well, yeah, I do think that just because she has such a hold on Crazy, I think that she knows how to manipulate Crazy, and so she doesn't feel threatened by her as much. And Delicious is going to stand up for himself. She went toe-to-toe with New York. She wasn't going to back down, and she knows that Flav likes a woman that's willing to stand up for herself. So I do think that the threat level came in a little bit when they had that little altercation a couple episodes ago.
So Lacey Mack in the chat, Lacey Mack 06 says, I understand Crazy. I'd want New York to like me so bad. I totally get that. Totally get that. As we're talking about her every episode, I have nothing but nice things to say about this lady. And as crazy as she's acting, the wild things that she says and does to these people, I'm not even joking. If I found out New York was like, I don't like this podcast, I might cry. Sorry, lady, I'm your biggest fan. We are your biggest fans. I think everyone is. And so, I get it. She is insane, but don't you want her to be insane with you instead of against you?
My insane,
Right. For me, be my favorite. Let me be your favorite. She's crazy with everybody else, but with me, she's Tiffany. She's with y'all, she's New York. With me, she's Tiffany. So the girls head down to Long Beach to go sailing with Flav. Captain Flav is trying to learn the ropes, and he's driving the boat, and the real captain's showing him how it's done. Flav was just watching them in their bikinis the whole time. That's kind of his thing.
Do you think he lost that earring on purpose?
Oh, so he could take a look around, you
Yeah, so
know?
they can be bending over, and like the cameraman's just always like, like.
Like pan, 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 pan. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is basically Flav kind of ogling their goodies a little bit. And the women are okay with that because now they are fighting for his attention. Delicious makes out with Flav, and this kind of prompts Crazy to start making out with Flav. And we start to see a little bit of a different side of Delicious. It's almost a little New York adjacent because, oh my God, he's kissing another woman. I feel sick. I need to go lay down. Yes, I'm seasick, but also I just can't bear to see this woman touching my man, Chantele. Do you think that this is like Delicious is really physically, like
Ill.
sickened by the idea that Crazy could be winning Flav over?
I think that all of these women, they definitely don't have problems getting a man. And so I think it's the idea that somebody else might have a leg up on that. Like they're just not used to being in this kind of competitive environment. And they're used to being able to get whoever they want, is what I'm assuming. And so seeing somebody, wait, like he's looking at her like he actually likes her, like, whoa, this is not how it goes. I think it's just really like unnatural territory for all of them. And that's why they're so affected by the other people getting attention, because like that doesn't usually happen in the real world.
Yeah, and Crazy is really getting the better of Delicious here because while Delicious is downstairs sick, Crazy is using this time to really connect with Flav. When I was watching this, I was thinking, oh, this is a bad move, Delicious. Like, I don't care how sick you are. It's the final four. You kind of have to push through. Or at least, like, what would happen here? Okay, so if Delicious is New York, what New York does is she makes Flav come down with her to be sick with her. You know, like she's sick, but she needs him to console her. Delicious goes downstairs and leaves Crazy to kind of run amok. And they're kissing and they're hugging, they're connecting. And I feel like I was like, Delicious, you gotta get your head in the game. Like
I
this
do think
is
she
time.
might have been seasick though. From the way that she was lying on the bed, that looked like somebody that might be seasick, nauseous.
Yeah, look, I don't disagree that she is sick. What I'm saying is use it to your advantage. You know, like,
Oh,
like
right. Be like, oh, help me. Oh,
help
girl,
me.
cold
Oh my God,
towel.
I'm so
Oh
sick.
my
Please, Flav.
goodness.
I would
And
be
then be
so much
barfy.
better
Though
if it was
barf is
you.
not that sexy though.
It's not, but leaving him with Crazy is not a good idea. So back at the crib, New York is still going on about Delicious and Crazy in their dates, and Boots is over it. Boots says New York is way over the top, and she's laughing on the inside at her dramatics. You know, we're going to see, you know, Boots in New York later on. So I'll put that to the side because there's still more date from Flav and Crazy and Delicious because they are going to a haunted ship called the Queen Mary. Have you ever done that before? Like, I'm pretty sure I know you've probably cruised, but have you ever been like on a haunted ship?
I feel like it's a yes, but I can't think of something right now. I love haunted houses and haunted things, and I love Halloween. So it feels like something that would be up my alley. Definitely been to many haunted houses before, but I don't know if I've been on a haunted cruise. And because I remember when I was watching the episode, I was like, that's something I'd like to do. So maybe I've not done that, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities for me because I would love it.
I would do it. Joshua in the chat says Goldie barfed episode 1 and stayed. So you know,
That's true.
like,
I love Joe Goldie, but like
who doesn't love Goldie?
that was like a watery barf. Like so, it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like I don't know, like whatever food she was eating barf. Like Goldie's barf was just like liquid, you know. It's not gonna be like
it was strawberries and champagne.
yeah, strawberries and
specifically.
champagne. That'll be. I can deal with that barf smell, I think, and not like whatever they had for lunch. You know what I mean?
So Crazy and Delicious are now competing for his affection again, and Delicious says, "I'm not okay with him being with another woman." She's like, "Unless something miraculous happens, she will be telling Flav to send her home at the end of the day." What did you think about this move from Delicious? Now she's saying, "Look, at this point, it's the final four. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me."
I think that she's trying to kind of pull a little bit of a New York, but like she didn't really do it properly. Like he doesn't really know that you're. Well, I mean, we don't know if she's going to do that or not. It could work, but he could also be like, okay, well, if you want to go, you want to go. Like it could backfire. So yeah, I don't know if it would be executed properly by her.
We've seen women eliminate themselves on this show before. Let's think back to Smiley, who was like,
Mm.
Flav, I love you, but like I can't do this. Like I'm mentally I'm not here. And so it does feel like Delicious is kind of saying, don't string me along. Like if you're not gonna pick me, let me know now because I don't want to sit here and like go back and forth against Crazy just for you to choose her over me. I think that there's a part of Delicious who's just like almost offended that Crazy is even in the conversation with her because she, of all the people, takes the most offense to Crazy being there. She's like, you are not here for Flav. You're here, you're an opportunist. Delicious has been talking shit about Crazy for 7 episodes. And so maybe even episode 1. I'm not quite sure, but I don't remember her saying a lot of positive things about Crazy.
I think they were friends episode 1. I think episode 2 is when their friendship dissolved.
It goes off the rails very quickly. Yeah. And so I think that for her, she's kind of like, I can't believe you would like, like you and I should be in the same conversation. So if he wants you, what am I doing here?
I mean, there is always that, like, if you like her, then you can't like me. Like, I totally get that argument. But on this particular show, you kind of have to stick it through to the end. Like, that's the whole point. Is like, you kind of have to.
This is for love, Chantele. It's for love. It's for love.
It's for love.
True love.
True love.
True love.
Absolutely.
Yes. Other people pointing out in the chat, boom, Patience and Red Oyster also self-eliminated. And they did.
Buck Wild also
Buck Wild self-eliminated, kinda. Yeah. She was kind of pulling the same thing. Like, if New York is gonna be here, I'm leaving. Like I'm, so I mean,
I feel like he doesn't stop people when they do that, though. Like, if they don't want to be there, like, he really gets offended if somebody doesn't actually want to be there for him. Now, New York, I think, has the legs where he knows that she likes him, or like knows that she will like bend over backwards to be there. So she can pull those antics, but he doesn't have that same knowledge of Delicious for her to be able to pull it and it working, I don't think. I don't know if he'd run after her. What do you think? Do you think he'd run after her?
Well, I don't know. By the end of this episode, maybe, but I think prior to this episode, I probably wouldn't have been so sure that he would have done that. Although, following behind Delicious is probably a good time for Flav. So maybe he's just gonna do that because like she's got a good future.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But people would love watching her leave, and maybe you just let her walk for a long time.
Yeah, you just let her leave, but like very slowly.
Can you leave for like a day walking that way?
Yeah, like slow down. No, don't go. The two women get dressed and meet up with Flav for a 3-way dinner. Crazy says Delicious should be worried because she isn't letting go of Flav, but Delicious feelings have gotten strong and she is not down with sharing them with anyone. So Flav ends up talking to them and he's asking them very specific questions, like, so what is it that you see in me? What do you like about me? Like, tell me about your feelings. And I don't really remember him asking these hard-hitting questions like that much season 1. Like, this feels like he really was holding Crazy like accountable for like, okay, if you're here for a record deal, like, tell me what else you like, basically.
Yeah, he was definitely seemed like it was pointed towards Crazy, that he really wanted to like find out if she was there for the right reasons or whatnot. So I feel like we might have missed some context or like missed a conversation with somebody to just like more recently, because like they're on this date together. He likes her. Why is he now like really, really questioning her and her like why she likes him?
It's got to be because every episode someone says that Crazy's there for a record deal. Like every episode, literally every episode, someone is like, she is not here for you. It's like, they're like, what's not click? What? Wake up, So he said, like, he's like, so what is it? How do you feel? And she says she's getting deeper and deeper into her heart. And when they kiss, she blacks out and she can feel him across the room. This answer. You think about it.
I mean, the same as Delicious thought about it, being like this, like weird, like what did you say? Beat poetry? What did she call it? Spoken word.
Yeah.
She wasn't saying anything with substance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you watched Dear Shandy. It's another podcast, usually about The Bachelors and other love shows. And she always wants to hear about specificity when they're confessing their love. Otherwise, it's just like nobody cares. And so
Mhm.
she was not specific at all. She was kind of painting a flowery picture of like how she feels, but she wasn't being specific. She wasn't like, I love it when you look at me. It makes me feel like da 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 da. I want to be with you because da da da. We do this together and it makes me feel like this. I can't wait to, you know what I mean? Like there was nothing specific. And
Mhm.
so if I were him, I'd be like, she don't like me.
Yeah. So he asked her about some specifics. He says, "Tell me 3 ways in that we are alike." And this is a good question because at the first glance, they are nothing alike. So, she says that she is considerate and she likes that he is considerate, the way he feels people out, and she says she is compassionate like he is. And the whole time, you can just see Delicious rolling her eyes in the background. And
Crazy can see
like,
that too. She's
yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, she sees her. There's a hater in the midst. So Flav finally gets to the one thing that we've been alluding to all season, thing we've been like dancing around. Crazy
okay.
has a mixtape. She has an album. She is a singer or whatever the case may be. Let's hear you sing. Flav says, "Go ahead and sing something for me." Crazy sings her song. And what did you think about the crazy hit?
I had to fast forward quickly because like I get really the secondhand embarrassment, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm not just watching this for like my enjoyment. This is for research and like for journalistic,
Hmm.
work here. So I did rewind it back, and I did suffer through the secondhand embarrassment of her singing to Flame. Um, it was, in my opinion, it wasn't good. She doesn't have a bad voice, but whatever she's saying wasn't good. It just seemed kind of desperate. It was just really embarrassing. If she came out and she's saying something that was like, oh my God, like Beyonce, like, or
Beyonce.
whatever. But it was just like a mediocre, okay singer singing some words. Like it was just not good. Not good.
It was a very 2006 type song, right?
But like be a little
Like
more SWV then if that's gonna be the case. Like I don't
no,
know.
because that's a very no, because she was doing like the God sent me an angel from the heavens, like just like the
I
basic,
hate them.
like
I mean, they're
yeah,
okay, but like
like the
Monica in like
basic. No, like
2006.
Amanda Perez, like she was like giving nothing, like just like the like basic melody with a little like little tune and a flute in the background. She wasn't.
So bad. I don't, it's fine for back then, like whatever, but like if you're trying to like get a record deal,
You're
that's
not gonna
not the
wow
song
anybody
you
with that,
sing.
right?
You wouldn't
Exactly.
even
You're
sing
not
that
gonna
on like
wow
a
anybody with that.
competitive real like no American Idol, no Star Search. You're not singing any songs like that. There's no showing off your voice with that song.
Hmm. And then she even talks about how, she would love to have the money to do it on her own, but she does not. And so, yes, she is here for Flav, but she is also here to get a little something extra. I think last season, Sirius was the one who said, "Look, we all came here for Flav, but we'd be lying if we all didn't say, okay, this was a good opportunity to be on TV, And I think it's fair. I think
I
that's,
agree with that for sure. I
yeah,
do agree
I
with
think
that,
it's
but
fine.
she's kind of trying to pretend a little bit that she's more here for Flav than her music. Just a little bit. Like she's willing to share her stuff quickly. So you're kind of like, oh, okay, like who are you here for? But I do agree that if you're going to go on this show, you're probably not getting paid any money. You're taking time off of work. Like you have to be getting a little bit of something out of it. Like nowadays, people are getting Instagram followers and brand deals. Back then, what I don't even know what they're getting really back then.
Screen time.
Maybe, yeah, just screen time. And so
Yeah.
maybe they can
I
get an
don't,
agent.
I don't think people knew you could be New York until New York was New York. Like this is
Mm,
'06. So I mean, like at best, you have like the survivor people who are like making names for themselves. But
yeah, like Maxim magazine. You
yeah,
know,
like that, but that's about it. Like I think this is like one of the first reality TV contestants who like will go on to make a brand for themselves because they were a contestant on another show. I think like I said, aside from like the survivors, because that's like
and
another.
some real world people, I think
And the
too.
real world people, yeah, and even the real world people. I can't think of a real world person who probably makes like
Yeah.
a bigger
Oh, now
bigger
like
solo.
nowadays.
Yeah, like even like in history, like a bigger solo impact as New York. Like of course, being a part of the challenge for 25,000 years, like a CT or Bananas or something
Well,
like that.
I'm thinking of back then when like Trishelle, when she was on the
Hmm.
first the
The
Real
It
World
Girl.
Las Vegas, like she was on everything, dating like Leonardo
Hmm.
DiCaprio in the surreal life
Yeah,
with probably him.
yeah,
Maxim magazine, Playboy, like she was definitely an it girl of that time.
uh huh.
At least for like a decade after she was on the Real World Las Vegas. So that's
Absolutely,
funny.
yeah. A few of them, like Thundercats point out, a few of them go on to like do big things, but New York really makes reality TV a career. And I think these people did not know you could do that prior to this, right?
100%.
So Flav asked Delicious the same question, like, "What do you like about me?" And she's talking about how she already liked him from what she knew publicly, right? Like he's a rapper. She saw season one, and she's like, she likes what she likes. This is what she was into. She got here, and he's impressing her. And Crazy kind of points out that Delicious had time to workshop her answer. Crazy was kind of put on the spot,
That's true.
and now Delicious is doing the thing where you heard somebody else answer, so you know what they said, and
And
now
you're
you
gonna
know
go make
what
it
to
better.
do. Right. You know exactly how to freak it to where it's like, oh, I would have said this, I would have said this, I would have said this. So I think Crazy
100%.
did have a point. But then Delicious starts to cry. She tells Flav today she realizes how it made her sick to see him with someone else. And then, much to Crazy's dismay, he will
Mm.
go on to offer Delicious the night in the room and even calls Crazy Delicious on the way out on accident.
Ouch. Not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good. I'll give him one thing though. It's not their real names, so like I can see him maybe getting confused, maybe. But yeah, that if someone did that to me, though, I'd be like, oh, he does not like me at all, and I'm not on his mind at all. Okay, this is over.
Yeah, Crazy takes this very personally, which like I think is normal. But she takes it personally, even from Delicious. She says, "The next time Delicious smiles in my face, I'm gonna give her a good fuck you, Delicious." And then they even cut to like this weird scene of Crazy like crying over the edge of the boat, singing her song,
So her
weeping.
song, was that just her melody and then she was making up the lyrics? Is
No, I
that
think
what it
that
was
was her
doing?
song. Like that was like her
Oh
legit song. She was just like singing it to nothing.
man, there's some good ballads out there back then, and that wasn't one of them. Now I still
Yeah.
want to know if she got her record deal.
We will talk about that at some point. So back in the room, Flav and Delicious end up passing out on top of each other. Flav says he was too tired to pursue anything else, and I think he'd be just fine laying on that chunky booty of
Yeah,
Delicious. Like,
he definitely loved that cushion. I mean, like,
yeah,
oh, like he's such a perv.
it's such a perv. It really is. But it's like it's not like it depends on the lens you're looking at through, right? Like these women seem to be okay with it, so it's like okay, we have to let them be
Fair,
okay
but
with
when
it.
I think that he's like twice their age, I'm like, it's so pervy.
I mean, he is very much older than like it is It's it's the age difference is it's big. Like it's big. He's
Yeah,
old enough. He might be old enough to be their parent.
he absolutely is old enough to be their parent. Like he could have
Yeah.
had the kid for like a decade almost.
Yeah. Um yeah. So anyway, the next day, Flav takes Boots in New York to a vineyard or a winery. I just came back from one of those the other day. It was very fun. They might have been at the same
Another
kind
one,
of in the same area as me. Um,
or when we were
but
in San Fran area.
well, yeah, we snuck off to Sonoma and to Napa. It was a good time. But these two women are not happy to be sharing time with each other. Flav wants them to ride horses. This was so weird to me. Now they want to go horseback riding, but like they're not dressed for it. You just don't get on a horse wearing anything.
Yeah, you always get a heads up before you go horseback riding. Be like, hey, wear long pants, wear shoes that like have like a flat sole or like a boot.
They're
So the fact
boots.
that they're boots, the fact that she was in like sandals and a skirt, I was like, that's rude. Yeah, it's not fair. I'd be pissed.
And Boots kind of misunderstands the assignment here against New York because Boots is she's a trooper. She's kind of like Hoops, where she would just like jumps into it, whatever it is. Like she's gonna
Hmm.
attack it head on. She hops up on the horse like a champ. And Flav's like, oh, that's really cool. But New York knows what to do in this situation. She's nervous. She's a damsel in distress. Oh my God, Flav, help me! Oh my God, da 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 da. And Boots is laughing in her face, but she doesn't know she's losing the fight. Like he's giving her all the attention that she's looking for.
He likes taking care of New York, and I think he likes her antics.
Mm-hmm.
I think she amuses him, and
Mm-hmm.
that is also very like attractive. Like being around someone that like you can take care of, you find attractive, it likes you, is sexually attractive to you, and vice versa. And like, oh my god, I need your help. Like you gotta want to help because it's just kind of fun, like just being around this person. I think so.
Yeah.
He's amused by her.
Flav says he loves Boots' personality, and New York is going to cut in several times and kind of like try to get the attention. So they're doing the wine and cheese thing. They're eating charcuterie, and when she sees that Boots is getting more attention than her, New York says that she's here for Flav. And once again, more than ever before, she is here for him. And so she's going to make sure that she's going to get some of their attention once they go to squish some grapes. Um, I've always kind of wanted to do this. Like, it just seems like something that is fun, but I don't know if people still stand in grapes anymore. Like, I don't
I
know if
don't.
that's the thing.
I think maybe they would do it in Europe somewhere as like part of like a tour, but like I don't
Mhm.
know if they actually do that legit.
Yeah. This was just like
Like
a
they
grape
have
bath.
machines now, I think.
Right, right. This was just fun in the grapes.
But like I
With
would
which
love to do that. It's so fun.
this looks like fun, especially if you can
Their
get as
date was
drunk
a
as New
way
York
better
is.
date, in my opinion. Which date did you like better?
Yeah, this is better. Like, the cruise is
Because like
fun, but
you
like
like horse riding, back riding, right?
I like horses. I like wine. This seems like it's like they're outside in the sun. I feel like they were too confined on the haunted ship. Like it's not, like if you go on a hunt like a regular cruise, there's so much to do. There's dancing, there's games, there's like unlimited drinks. They were there for like a day, maybe like not even. So I feel like you just kind of like they just went to dinner basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it just felt a little off. Maybe just the cruising through the harbor or whatever that Crazy and Flav did together. Maybe that was like the exciting part. But to
Yeah,
me, this had a lot more to it.
this is fun. But I mean,
Yeah.
I like both dates are okay, but I think this one was more fun.
They end up switching into their bathing suits and then hopping into the great bath. Drunk New York is falling everywhere and making a scene. And then they end up showering, and we get one of Flav's favorite moves, the three-way shower, where he's grabbing everybody's butt and they're grabbing all over him.
He is so happy that whatever producer came to him with this idea, because he's just like, how did I get so lucky that I get to have all these gorgeous women that are all over me that are allowing me to grab their goodies? He's a lucky guy.
He really won. Like he really did. Like Flav did nothing but exist. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Bachelor franchise is built off of that. Like people are signing up to be on next season before they even see who the human is. And then by episode 3, they're like, "I think I love him." He's like, "Okay, stop it." At least, at least Flav had some type of fame and notoriety going in to where the women were like, "I know he exists." Like I think the people who signed up for the Bachelor are just going in blind. Like it's basically a huge blind date,
Not
and they're
anymore though.
mhm,
That's shifted. So in the very beginning of The Bachelor, it was like some random person that was like actually like an eligible bachelor. So I think one guy was like Andrew Firestone. He had like a wine empire or whatever. And like so like they didn't know who it was gonna be. But then I don't know what had happened, maybe 10 or 12 seasons in, where it basically the final three, I think it's actually when The Bachelorette came into play. So the
mhm.
final, say, three people of the Bachelor, one of them that lost basically end up becoming the Bachelorette. And so then that started to cycle out the new way that they're doing things. So then the final 3 or 4 or whoever made a big impact of the Bachelorette season would in turn become the Bachelor the following season. So nowadays it's a little bit they have an idea and likely know who's going to be the Bachelor before they apply nowadays.
Mhm. Mhm.
Before they did go in
So
blind, though. You're right.
yeah, like, and then it's still like a chance that they don't go with the person that you
That's true.
just watched all season. Like who knows? So they end up going to the hotel next and being pampered. There's rose petals everywhere, assorted snacks, etc., etc. We've seen Flays move before. Boots says New York is not a threat, but New York is more concerned with getting the overnight portion of the trip because she's done this before, so she knows the game. And she says it better be her this time. So at dinner, Flav asked Boots about her celibacy, which we knew would come back up. I mean, Chantele, what are you gonna do? Like,
Like he loves getting freaky. So if that's something that she's willing to offer him until they're in something committed, it's gonna be a problem for him. It is gonna be a problem for him. It's a little bit awkward asking that in front of somebody else. Like I'm just like, oh my god, like okay,
yeah. He's
but
like, Boots, come on,
why,
Boots,
man,
Boots,
why?
why, man, Boots, don't do this
Why
to
you
me,
doing this to
Boots.
me?
Why you doing it to me? Like, play, please, calm down.
It's like you're whining.
By the end of this episode, we will lose Boots. But I have to ask Chantele, do you think that with if Boots was not celibate, that she could have survived this round?
It's really hard to say because the whole like as soon as he found that out, I feel like she was on her way out the door. So I
Mhm,
don't know how things would have shaken out without him having that information. Like I can't tell about their connection really because that's something that's so important to him and like I just
mhm.
so I don't know. I can't tell.
New York will go on to say that Boots doesn't know anything about celibacy. She don't even know what celibacy means because she looks like she
Slut.
spreads it to the world. She's a slut.
Slut.
She's a
Slut.
slut.
Wait, do you think that he would have kept her if she was gonna put out?
I think your question is correct though. I think that like if she was, would she even be up against New York in this moment? Or would it be more like Boots versus Delicious? Or would it be Boots versus Crazy? I think that if we're assuming that New York kind of has a little plot armor here, um, then maybe it's Boots versus Crazy, and maybe she does survive that round. Maybe it's Boots versus Delicious, and maybe she survives that round. But I think you're right. Once we find out about the celibacy, unless she came into this episode being like, Flav, you won me over. I changed my mind. I'll give it up for you, only you. Like, I'm pretty sure she's done here.
Yeah. Well, remember, I think I even said last week, I'm like, she's out next for sure. And I was a little bit surprised that she didn't go out last week just because of that new information. But the producer's probably like, hey, man, you can't kick her out because she's not asleep with you like so quick. I
I
think
don't
and
know
they're
if the
like,
yeah, I don't know if the producers told him that, but maybe Flav had the common sense to be like, that's a bad look.
right away, like, give it a week.
Mhm. Yeah, Lacey Mack points out that Boots probably would have gone home last week if it wasn't for that fight. Bucky was a front runner. Okay, so you know, I think there are points to be made there. So maybe Boots was on borrowed time. Who knows? New York is feeling ignored by Flav throughout this date. She cuts in and says she hasn't gotten any one-on-one time, and now she's demanding it. She said, "I'm entitled to it. You owe me this." And when he dismisses her advances, she storms off. I love this from New York. Not because she's being dramatic, because that's typical New York, but season one, she let Goldie just demolish her in this portion of the date. She
Mhm.
just did. It was the Goldie show. Now, Flav and Goldie end up not connecting the way that they wanted to by the end of that night, but it had nothing to do with New York. New York was a sitting duck to be eliminated. This time, she said, "You are not getting rid of me like this. I will get attention from you or else." And we watch all these competition reality shows. I like to see when somebody locks in and remembers what the goal here is.
Now, was this the first time that a contestant was like, get the cameras out of my face? Because I was like, oh, like this is the first time I've seen it like back in the day, I think. She might have
Yeah.
been the first for that.
Yeah.
So
She's like
angry, can't
a
have the
trendsetter.
cameras.
Right.
Mhm.
Don't follow me, please. Even though you're like walking fast
And
enough
you're
just so that they can follow you. Like, don't.
like,
you know, so I love this. Because again, we saw New York was on the ropes last season in this very episode. Goldie, we love Goldie. Goldie's a fan favorite. Goldie had her beat. She did. She just did. And so this time around, she's like, nah, I'm going to make sure that the attention is on me. Of course, Flav follows after her. And, she's like, it's eating me up, and all this other stuff. And then New York says it was all a part of her evil, diabolical plan to get him to follow her and to ask her to come to the room. And of course, Flav does that. He asks her to come to the room, but Flav says he was always going to do it. What do you think?
I think he was always going to do it. I think
You
he
think
just likes
so?
making her sweat. He loves making her sweat.
I
It's
think
fun for him.
that
He's toxic.
I think that New York is getting to that room 100% of the time because Boots has declared her celibacy. So at best, Flav is going to get another cuddle session at night with Boots, like he did with Delicious. But with New York, we will see something far, far more nefarious happening in that bedroom.
I mean, are those the real sounds? What do we know here? What do we know?
Ma'am. New York was loud.
You didn't put that on the soundboard?
You want to talk about fast forwarding? I was like,
you didn't want to hear New York? It's your girl.
But no, like she was in it. She the moaning, the like panting. I was like, New York, get a grip, Jesus.
What happened to no cameras, like no microphones?
No I mean, New York gets asked to come to the room, and Boots is not happy. I like this from Boots too. She tells Flav, "What are you doing? You know, like you're always following after her. Every time she throws a tantrum, you shouldn't have to do that. You should not have to chase after somebody who's apparently here for you." But New York at that point is empowered. She's like, he didn't chase me. He was checking up on me. He was checking up on his New York. You know, like she's like, at that point, she knows she is won. She says, "Yeah, I just want to let off some steam, and now I'm back."
She definitely had a pep in her step, though. Like
she needs a one-on-one time with my man. But Boots won't just like stand for it. She like, this is disrespectful. And New York tells Boots in front of Flav, "I'm gonna do what I want, Boots." It was the strongest Boots that we have heard. She never had that. For Hoops, it was always the light, like Hoops. But for Boots, she was like, Boots, you lost, you know. So here it is. Flav says it's hard getting to know Boots, with New York being there jealous, and she starts gloating about her one-on-one time. And of course, Flav does ask her to come spend the night with him. And so New York says, "Boots doesn't hold a candle to me. See ya, Boots. How's your steak? That's the meat you were waiting for, wasn't it? The meat you've been waiting for."
Do you have that meme as well?
If I'm Flav, you know what? Honestly, no, I kind of jipped from this episode, and I was looking for it. But hey, that's the meat that you've been waiting for, huh? It's low key, probably an underrated New York quote.
That's a good quote.
Yeah,
you should make a meme. You should start your own collection of memes.
I think in this journey from now on, I think we should. I think that you and I have the unique position of we can now create some more lore, you know, like stuff that it like has lost the time, because you'll even reference some of the New York memes and GIFs that we've used in the past while we're talking. Like now you know where Beyonce, now you know where that came from. So it's kind of like we have the technology, Chantele. We found another good one.
Well, maybe we could add that into like my enjoy. Maybe I'll see if I can make a meme like when I watch the episode. I'll try to pull a meme from the episode that maybe it's like maybe most impactful, or like I found the funniest, or I think should go viral. And so maybe that's something that I can contribute as I watch. That's fun.
New York finally gets to the room, Chantele. She's happy. Her chaos and theatrics have all gotten her to where she wanted to be. Some alone time with Flav. And according to New York, they have a magical night. At the end of the night, Flav took me. He needed me. I needed it. We basically took a chunk out of each other, if you will. It was a good chunk. And we chunked up the rest of the night. And I'm getting hot even talking about it. New York is freaky frog.
Just like
took a chunk.
Like, what is a chunk?
A chunk.
A chunk, or is it choke? It's chunk.
She was saying chunk, but she was saying chunk.
Okay, chunk.
It was just a way she was chunk.
So what is a chunk actually? Can you describe what
at the very least a bite?
But like a bite would be like a chomp.
A chomp.
Like a chomp.
Like it's like a piece of each other.
Okay.
He says he took me.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Can you please paraphrase what like the subtitles are, like the backstory, the inner monologue that's really happening? Can you I don't like explain it to me as if I never seen anything before in my life.
New York is trying to paint this as if her and Flav had this like romantic, almost like like almost like a
Spiritual.
romance novel, like
Mhm.
type of like romance in this moment where they didn't have sex. No. It's like what she told Hoops at the finale last season. It's like, we didn't fuck, we made music. Like that's what she's doing. Like she was there and he took her. She gave herself to
Took
him.
me.
Yeah, he took me. She said, I needed it. He needed me. This is nasty. And then we get the freakiest moans that I probably have ever heard on reality TV.
Now,
To this day. To this day, I can't think
were
of
you
freakier
trying to
moans.
figure out what was happening for her to be making those sounds?
A lot
I
was
was trying
going
to
on.
figure out exactly what was happening. I wasn't knowing, like, I was like, why am I thinking about this? But I'm like, well, how is that sound happening? Like, why is that sound happening like that? Like, so I'm trying to figure out what exactly was going on. I didn't figure it out.
Okay, so because you asked for it and we got a little time, I am going to present. I'm going to present New York's love scene for all the people who are dying to see what we are talking about. So give me a second to pull that up. I am already embarrassed because Freaky Frog, this Freaky Frog New York. So here we go. Season 2, episode 8, New York and Flav make music together. Let me know if you can hear it.
It was just a magical night. By the end of the night, Flav took me. He needed me. I needed it. We basically took a chunk out of each other, if you will. It was a good chunk.
Maybe pause it for a second so you don't get copyright.
This shit is proper. This shit is proper. It's hot in here.
Flavor Flav!
So
and these are the sounds they left in. I wonder, like, what other sounds were made,
I heard her saying
sweet music.
Proper. She was she was enjoying herself. There was a lot of chunks being taken out of each other, Chantele.
Chunk.
I need it.
I still don't know what the chunk is, but I'm gonna just leave it to my imagination.
And like Lacey, I too like to think that he did actually yell Flavor Flav at the end.
Like, is that like his finishing move? His Flavor Flav, and it's like all over her face.
Shut down.
Sorry.
So yes, Honey Kid, New York is the star of this Harlequin romance novel. Sorry, Mr. Roybot. Yeah, that was freaky. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't have that on the soundboard because it was freaky. Like it's not comfortable. We shouldn't be sharing that with her. We just shouldn't.
Yeah, it's surprising that not surprising, but surprising that they would allow that to be part of like something that aired on national television.
Oh, especially when we know who New York's mom is. Like Sister Patterson is not.
She's not watching that episode.
There's no way she could watch that episode.
She's gonna be like, "Mom, you're not watching this episode." She's like,
and of course, Sister Patterson will be like, "I am, Tiffany. I'm watching the episode." And then when she watches it, she's gonna be like, "Are you on drugs?" like,
what is wrong with you? You're not my daughter. You stole my daughter, body snatcher.
Right. So, elimination night is upon him, and there's tension in the air. Boots is nervous because of her celibacy. Delicious says that she would be devastated if she doesn't receive a clock. Crazy maintains that she's the only real one in the house. And New York says, I look fabulous, and I don't have to take my rollers out. Like she knows she's not going anywhere because her and Flav had a magical night. They took chunks out of each other.
Chunks.
Chunks.
Magic. Music.
Yeah. So Boots is very ready for Crazy or New York to go because they're just not right for Flav. And New York is here for the mind games, and Crazy is a fake ass bitch who wants a singing career. So Boots is not happy with the two of them. But when it's time to give out the clocks, of course, it's New York who gets the first clock. And
Oh my god,
Flav,
so
Flav took
extra.
so long to give the clock. He's like, the clock is going to New York. So
It was like twice as long as that, though. I don't even know how he has that
easily.
breath control.
Hey, when you've been going
crazy.
flavor for your whole life, like I feel like you got a lot of like practice.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to smoke or anything. So
Yeah. Right. So New York says everything is going to plan. She's got her clock. She's number one. This is good for her. Clock number 2 goes to Delicious. And Crazy is not sure what Flav sees in Delicious because she's two-faced, untrustworthy, and a bitch, according to Crazy.
I mean, it's a fair assessment for her from her perspective. Like they were friends and then they weren't, and then all of a sudden she's doing everything she can to sabotage Crazy. So I from Crazy's perspective, yeah, she is all those things.
Crazy ends up getting the last clock here, and of course, again, the Spanish guitars start playing. This show, from the moment he says Crazy's name, like just the sounds of Santana in the back.
Oh my god, that's what she should lead into. Like, play with like Santana or another Spanish
Como La
speaking.
Flor style, like Selena's maybe singing.
Exactly.
So yeah. So no, she gets a clock here. New York is not amused. She says Crazy is fake, and therefore her singing career. So it comes down to Boots being eliminated here. And Flav eliminated Boots because he knew for a fact that he had a stronger connection with Crazy. That's what it came down to for him. He was like, it was gonna be Boots or Crazy in his mind, I guess. And she just wasn't, she doesn't match up to Crazy. So on the way out, Boots gives Flav her number and says, call me when you get tired of these hoes. And then we finally get to say,
I thought that was cute actually when she said it. I was like, oh, he's cute.
Yeah, it's like, okay. And then we know that maybe there's a season 3 where we might get to see that happen. Who knows? And on the way out, we meet Larissa, the real Boots. She says Flav knew she wasn't going to give it up. So Flav knew the rest of them would and kept them. And Crazy is happy that Delicious has now lost both her minions in Bucky and Boots back to back. So we are down to our final 3 contestants. We have Crazy, we have Delicious, and we have New York, Tiffany, Pollard, Chantele. The next episode is not the finale. In the next episode, I will tell you right now, it's time for the family visits.
Ooh.
The families of the Crazy family. We will be meeting the Delicious family and the return of Sister Patterson.
Wow, she's a star though as well.
Yeah. So yes. Any predictions for next episode?
Crazy's out for sure. I mean, she was close to being out this episode. I think if Boots wasn't a little bit more freaky, I think that Crazy would have been out this episode. So, and I definitely feel as though Crazy's parents will not be that pleased with Flav. But maybe they're going to be on the same track and know that like she's there for her career. So maybe they'll go along with it. Maybe actually. But yeah, I can't wait for New York's mom though is going to be like, I'm back again. Like, what are you doing? Or like, I think he's going to try to shake New York being like, are you okay? Like, what's happening? Who are you?
Yeah. I mean, we saw last season that New York's parents were the ones who took this the hardest. And so we can only imagine that they won't be loving this again. I mean, her dad, Alex, seemed to be fine, but Sister Patterson, she hates that man. And so I'm dying to find out what is happening. Now, Mr. Roybart points out that Sister Patterson for House of Villains because she was ahead of her time. Facts. I mean, the lady stole the show season 1. I cannot wait to see what she does in season 2. And then we'll keep an eye on Crazy's family. I know Chantele is saying that maybe they won't be too happy. We'll get to see about that. We'll also get to meet Delicious's family and see what they think. But Chantele, with you predicting the elimination of Crazy next, do you think Delicious is about to win this season of Flavor of Love?
Yes, because I think it's better TV for Tiffany New York Pollard to lose. So
through 2 seasons, you still don't think Flav would just pick her off the strength of that freaky ass connection that they have?
I do not think so.
You're like, I'm not. What
I
about love?
I think that he knows that he's making a TV show, and this is what they're like. It's just more interesting for them it not to work out between them, and then there's a reason for her to come back, or a reason for her at the reunion to be pissed, or the reason like it just there's a more of a storyline if she loses. So I think she loses.
Well, we know to this point, season 3 is not renewed. Like season 2 is not renewed for season 3. It doesn't happen until 2008. So, I mean, if she does lose, we don't get a resolution to whatever that means for at least 2 years. Or if she wins, maybe they fall apart and then New York goes on to do her own thing.
I still think she's gonna lose. I just don't see. I feel like if she won Flavor of Love season 2, I would have heard that at least. You know what I mean? Like, not that I heard who won the first season, but I feel like because New York has been so iconic, and like I've seen a lot of things that she's done. I've read articles that she's been in. Like, I just don't. I would have feel like I've said like I would have seen winner of season 2. So I just feel like I would have.
The one thing I will push back to that is that you didn't know she got spat on. And that is the
I did not know she got spat on at all.
And that is like New York 101 is that season 1, she gets spat on, and then the rest is history. So there's a chance that you are incorrect, but we will see when we come and talk about that in 2-ish episodes, because the next episode is the family visit. And then I believe we're going to have our recap episode of the season with the shit you should have seen behind the scenes before we have our finale, and then our reunion. My last question is that if Flav does pick Delicious over New York, let's say you are correct in your prediction, you figured it all out, how do you think New York is going to take this?
She's going to throw a fit, and that is what they want.
Okay, well, we shall see.
Embarrassing, but you know that we have something together. You know this is supposed to be like this. Like, and she's just gonna go ballistic, probably. And
she took it well the first time.
I don't know if you're gonna take it well the second time. Look at how she out her like not getting necessarily any one-on-one alone time. I think she'll have, and she'll be encouraged to have a big moment.
Yeah. Hold on. You have a question in the chat. Joshua says, is the spitting still the craziest thing you've seen so far, Chantele? Yeah, so to this point, what would you say is the craziest thing you've seen on Flavor of Love?
Episode 1, season 2, shitting on the floor. That's just insanity. Like the spit was wild. Like you saw my reaction, obviously, but like a shit in the rose or a ceremony, like that. It's crazy. So that's the craziest thing so far. Like it's something, not crazy. Sorry, it's something. That was something.
Yeah. Maybe we should rank them at the end of this and like rank the crazy moments.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because like you have of course the spit, you have the shit, you have
the chicken,
the turkey, yeah, all of Hottie. You have Hottie in general. You have Don't Hit Me With Flowers. Like Safari. You have Buck Wild's accent.
Oh my god. Actually, we should get everybody to submit their thoughts on what's the craziest moments, and then we'll rank them at the end.
Yeah, that'll be for the finale episode or for our reunion special. But that's it, Chantele. That wraps up season 2, episode 8. What'd you think about it? How do you feel about the show and the pace it's going right now?
It's always enjoyable. I want to just keep on watching all the way through, but I'm pacing myself out. I'm just watching it just a little bit before we go live, just so it's fresh. But if we weren't doing this pod, I would have sat and watched the entire universe. I would have gone through the entire universe straight through. It'd take me like 3 or 4 days, and like that'd be it.
So I watched season 1 and 2, and the next season, the week you and I started this. I watched season 1, season 2, and then the next season that we're going to watch after this. That week, I could not stop. I couldn't.
Exactly. So if we weren't doing this, I would have gone through the whole thing. I'd have been like, okay, up to date, like I'm done.
Yeah. And
so I'm happy that I'm being paced out here because it's allowing me to savor it and enjoy it. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode because there's going to be things to add to the list, I'm sure.
And based on the pacing of this year, we should be about done with this by the end of the year. And we should be starting our new year with something else. And so
that's fun.
Yeah. So thank you all for, of course, joining us here. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully you subscribe, youtube.com/@recapkickback. Or if you subscribe on your podcast feed, recapkickback.com/subscribe. So you can keep up with what we have going on and what we're talking about here live with Chantele. We got a lot of other things coming your way too. But Chantele, tell everybody what you are working on in the meantime.
Well, it is the end of an era because the Challenge season 41 has aired its final episode. There are still 2 reunion episodes, but I've been recapping that on my channel, Reality Realness with 3 S's. As of right now, that's all that I am talking about. In the new year, I will be talking about The Traitors season 4, what our boss is on, Rob Cesternino. So I'll be covering that here on this channel. Is there other things? I feel like there's no shows on anymore though. Like what's I'm not covering anything. If there's a Love Island in the winter, I'll cover the Love Island season 2.
Okay. So you want to talk about The Traitors here with me, or you're on Reality Realness with 3 S's? What were you saying? Well, you said here on this channel. So I was like, what were you
I mean, I could do it here. I was thinking about on Reality Realness.
Because you said here, and I was like, when you say here, you mean with me? Because like, we could make that happen.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's do that here.
Well, maybe we'll do that on Reality Realness. Maybe that'll be my crossover because you came to do this with me.
Okay. That works.
Okay,
that's fun.
Okay, let's workshop that. Yeah, let's do something like that. I feel like I gotta pay it back because you've been so much fun here. I know a lot of people came up to us in San Francisco and were like, I'm in for the flavor of love. Like I'm here. So yes, Chantele, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to Chantele's podcast, Reality Realness with 3 S's. And then, of course, make sure you team up with me to talk about whatever we are talking about here on recapkickback.com. Mari and I are talking about Interview with the Vampire. Gia and I are talking about Abbott Elementary, and Chantele and I are talking about The Flavor of Love. We also have some other stuff coming your way too, starting the new year off strong, but you have to subscribe to make sure that you get all of that. And you must follow me on all social media platforms at Recap Kickback. But Chantele, that's it.
Bye.
We will catch you all next time. Peace.
I've been trapped behind Swan Maria, isolated like it's North Korea. Smaller city with some bigger dreams. The wall is cracked, I'm looking in between it. The world is yours, but man, I gotta see it. They say it's hard, but man, I gotta see it. The air I'm breathing can't feel my chest. Wait on life, I wanna hold my breath. I'ma get in my goddamn self.